Live from our newsroom, it's the Hard Times Podcast. With Bill Conway and Matt Sankum.
In the Hard Times world, as an editor that sees a lot of pitches, I have gotten a bad reputation as a person that dislikes ska, and that is incorrect. I really like ska. What I don't like is bad ska jokes. So bad. I feel like ska is a genre that has been mocked by people unfairly and incorrectly for a long time. And so when I see people make the 17 dead after ska van, band, blah, blah, blah. I think, all right, that's the same
and the joke
shit.
is because 17 people are in a ska band.
Yes. I mean, can you believe it? But I grew up listening to, so there's a band out of Boston, Kicked in the Head.
Hell yeah!
They were,
yes. Kicked in the Head are awesome. I love Kicked in the Head. We're probably at the same shows.
Yeah, if you want to get the Kicked in the Head Goonies split CD, I still fuck with on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get me pumped up, all you got to do is just throw on some Kicked in the Head. I'm in. But so all that to say, I don't even know where I'm going with this.
You found the one, or you found another Kicked in the Head fan. You got thrown off.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare that a semi-obscure ska band because usually people will go Big D in the kids table. I don't go Big D in the kids table.
I go with
Kicked
both
in the
of them.
Head.
They were buds. I feel like they were always playing the same shows. Kicked in the Head were they're both those bands, and this is like I don't know. This is something good about ska. I feel like ska doesn't get credit for just like how much fucking energy was at that show. So like, Kicked in the Head. That guitar player played so fast, and that trombone player was just all over the room, like everywhere, all the time.
Yep.
And then Big D, I remember talking to Steve about like, why you make those faces when you play the bass? And he said, we talked about this in our band that everybody has to be moving at every point during the set. And my bass lines are hard, so I figured that's how I'll do it. And I thought that was funny. But then every time I watch Big D, it's like they're always all just like, fucking like it's on the whole fucking time, and it's sick. And then versus like other kinds of bands, I won't call out genres or anything, but where people are just like, hey, I'm in a rock band and I'm standing here, I'm gonna hit this pedal, I'm gonna hit am I gonna hit it, reverb, here it is, reverb.
Yes,
like seems like an obvious choice there to me.
Oh, you went reverb. Oh, all right. A lot of other pedals on that board.
No, I mean, like, it seems like an obvious choice to pick, like, the energy band versus, like, that kind of band. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So it always confused me why people hated so hard.
It does confuse me as well, because I like the energy of ska. It's not something that I play on a daily basis. It's like I don't shuffle a bunch of ska songs together as I'm trying to work, but for me there is a in the Hard Times world a misconception that I dislike ska. I do not dislike ska. I am a ska appreciator. I dislike bad ska jokes. That is what I dislike. Truly,
I dislike bad ska. Like, I think there's like a preconception that if you like ska, because I listen to ska pretty regularly. I listen to English beat and selector and like two-tone shit all the time. I listen to reggae all the time. I listen to a lot of the records I liked when I was a kid, when I'm running and stuff. I'm just trying to get like amped up, and like I really like Bad Operation. I really like Jer. Like as far as like new shit goes, like I still like ska, but there's also, I think there's this misconception that like it's either all or nothing. You know what I mean? Right.
One of the few genres where if you say you like ska, then you are lumped into every ska band.
Yeah.
Like you can't decide which ones you actually like. But if you say you like hardcore, you could be like, well, I don't like the tough guy hardcore. I like this hardcore.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I feel like if you like ska, you're supporting the whole thing, which is true. I don't. Right. You know what I mean?
All 17 members of each band at all times. You mentioned Fishbone way earlier. I got a quick Fishbone story. So the only comedy show that I've done during the pandemic was kind of early on. Fat Mike from NoFX is having a backyard
okay.
show. All right, so
I saw about this.
So I was hosting the comedy portion of this. It was a disaster. We don't need to get into the comedy portion of this. It was a fucking disaster. But NoFX played Two Heaps White Trash and a Bean all the way through, so I got to see them play that album, which I love. Never got to see them play Bob before, so I'm psyched that I'm seeing it in the backyard.
That's cool.
You know?
That's really cool.
Yeah, and Fishbone is the headliner of the thing, and I'm not a huge Fishbone guy. I don't dislike Fishbone, but after seeing them, I was like, Fishbone is the greatest live band I have ever seen in my fucking life, bar none.
It's unfair how good they are live. They're the best band you could ever see. They're the best band I've ever seen. I've seen them a few times. They are the best. Was Angelo doing that thing where they have like someone on the side of the stage and he throws his fucking giant baritone saxophone to them as they throw him another giant baritone saxophone and like doesn't miss a beat? Like,
I didn't.
Maybe that's
they
like
did not pull
if they're
that
on a
move
stage,
off.
they'll do that. Maybe I don't know, but like that. I think that's just normal. That's just like, oh yeah, got to swap out saxes.
Yeah, this was a show around a pool in a backyard, and it was as if they were playing to a full like arena full of people. Like they went off, and then like I'm with the other comedians, and we're looking at each other like we have to go up after this.
Yeah,
like let's just
can't
leave. You know, like what are we fucking doing? You know, like this is stupid. So then we went up and we all bombed, but we got to see Fishbone, which was really cool. So it all worked out, but. Wanted to talk about Skadream. Where did the genesis come from? Were you, because you don't seem like the type of guy that sits around bored. I don't get that idea that Jeff Rosenstock doesn't have something to do.
Sure.
You know, so was this I guess just explain where Skadream came from and what the choice was behind that to release the album.
I think that it was. I mean, we were just trying to figure out something to do with No Dream. Because we didn't get to tour and play shows. And I think, you know, every band has been going through that thing, of especially bands that put out records last year, just like, well, what could I do that, like, I don't know, makes it feel like this was a record that we care about, you know? Which is a weird thing to think. Or I don't know, like, that's something you're thinking, but you're also just thinking, like, how do I do... I want to do something, you know? I don't want to just sit here and not do anything. And... I was talking to Polyvinyl about that, about like what else do we do? Like we were talking about making music videos. I was like, I don't know, does it make sense to do a music video? And then the idea for like of the like few things that I had thrown at them, the idea for doing an entirely ska live stream on April Fool's Day was the one that they were like, oh, this one would be good to do. You should do this. And then I was like, okay. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, if we do, it seems silly to like try and arrange all these as ska songs. And then like, I don't know. Also, this was in like January, December that we were talking about this initially. So this is like right when things are really bad in California with COVID, like the second spike, you know?
Right.
And so we were talking about that. It was like, I don't know if I want to just do another like live stream video thing. Like we already did one of those. We liked the one that we did. I don't know that I have time to like edit all that. I don't know. And then I was like, okay, well maybe if we're going to do all that, we should just record it as a record. And then like as we were talking with the band about it, it just very gradually morphed into like, oh, this is not like, we're not going to do a stupid, like it just became like a real thing. We're like, okay, how do we make this good? You know, I don't know if that's a good answer or not, or if anything.
No, I mean, I get where you don't want to make this a joke, you know, but it's also, this is fun, you know, like, there's a difference, between
or
the
maybe
two.
There's not, maybe it's just like, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe it's okay for something to be both something that you're like, haha, that's ridiculous. And also like, haha, but wait, also that's good. Like, I feel like, I don't know, you know, that's what my relationship with some music is like. And, it makes me happy. So that was kind of like, at the end of it was just like, okay, well, let's make a thing that is like, I don't know, that would make us happy if we heard it. That like every time that we're like either looking at those stupid song titles or listening to like how things turned out different in the song, like it'll make us smile,